Hey guys, Ningen here bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and today we are going to be showing off one of the two new categories that has come to Global ahead of their scheduled release in terms of JP. So the Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta from the Resurrection of F movie have been out for quite a long time. And up until recently did not have a Dokkan Awakening. I'm pretty sure like anyone, including myself, quite a while ago, who's ever made a video listing like top 5 or top 10 or whatever units that need a Dokkan Awakening, those two units featured very heavily. Been out for ages. Every time there's been any sort of like Dokkan Fest or event that was like Super Saiyan Blue or like Realm of Gods related, we've always speculated about whether or not they would get Awakenings. And then finally, with the release of Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken for Global, they were given Awakenings with the medals from his event. So the interesting part about that, of course, as I said at the beginning, is the fact that they now have leader skills for categories that were not on Global until these Awakenings came out. So I'm not sure which order I'm going to put them up in. I guess it doesn't really matter, but we are starting off with the physical Super Saiyan Blue Goku, whose leader skill is the Bond of Master and Disciple category. So I think the rough translation when it came out on JP was just Master Student Bond, but Bond of Master and Disciple sounds pretty cool. So this is of course the team that the leader for will be the Int Future Gohan Dokkan Fest, which I think if we follow the schedule for JP, we should be looking at the Piccolo one next, and then I think the Future Gohan is after that. He of course has a 170% to HP and attack, and then 130% defense and 3 key leader skill. And then on his banner they also released the Tech Trunks in the Saiyan armor that has a 120 to all stats and 3 key leader skill. So this Goku gets that same leader skill, 120% to HP, attack and defense, and 3 key. And then his secondary leader skill is physical types, 3 key and 90%. So both he and the Vegeta have very similar stats in terms of what they actually do. Both of them raise attack and defense in an infinite stack, which is obviously very, very good for some of the longer form events, like the Legendary Goku event. Does supreme damage, which, you know, is pretty standard at this point. And then they do have nuking style passives, which are some of the biggest numbers for nuking passives that we've seen so far. So they start off as a base with attack and defense 20% per key sphere obtained, but then they get an additional attack and defense 10% if it is the same types, obviously for this Goku for physical orbs. So every physical orb he picks up, he gets 30% attack and defense, and then he randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to physicals, obviously to help out his own passive and boost up that ability. So because he is the leader of the Bond of Master and Disciple category, I wanted to try and bring some of the units that actually like fit that theme. So obviously the Goku is from the Resurrection of F movie, where of course you would qualify his master as being the Whis, which is where we have Int Whis, who is a decent support unit. So I thought we'd bring him along. I always like to run support units on the team anyway. The Super Saiyan Vegeta, who obviously transforms all the way up to blue, I guess he's featured on there because he has the godly powers. Technically Whis is his master as well. So I wanted to have them on rotation together. One of the reasons we are doing the STR Super Buu Dokkan event is because it's one of the long ones, because Buu has such high damage mitigation throughout his various forms. Because, as I'm sure you could probably guess, we are going to get to the stage where Vegeta will transform to Super Saiyan Blue, which means he changes the entire field of orbs into physical, and then we are going to go ahead and pick those up with the Goku. for one huge nuking style attack, which should do a pretty ridiculous amount of damage. And we should be close to the end of the event at that point, so we probably, well, hopefully, will finish off Super Buu with that attack, especially if we get a crit. My Goku and the friend Goku are both rainbow, so hopefully we can get a crit on that attack and deal a pretty ridiculous amount of damage. And so for the other rotation, just because it's a rotation that you would never really see on the same team as, you know, like Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta, I decided to bring the Kid Goku and Master Roshi. Well, technically Jackie Chun. Actually, wait, no, he is Master Roshi, isn't he? Because he doesn't have the wig on. So obviously Master Roshi, the master of Kid Goku. That makes a nice little interesting rotation to run on the team. And then of course I needed to fill the final slot, and I did want to bring another support unit. So we brought the Easy A Physical Trunks. Obviously, I guess he's on the category because technically his master is the future Gohan, who will be the future leader of the category. And I guess technically also the Supreme Kai, because he's the one from Super. So he trained with Supreme Kai in order to defeat Babidi and Deborah. So he fits onto the category, and at least for the theme of this particular team that we've put together, I guess you could argue there is that one brief bit in the Goku Black Saga where Vegeta, air quotes, trains Trunks when they have that brief sparring match, and Vegeta goes straight to Super Saiyan Blue and just basically beats him up for a little bit. So he fits the theme, and he's a very good support unit. Obviously he gets that full passive activated as long as you have another Vegeta family unit on the team. And of course we have the transforming Vegeta to fulfill that role. So I'm starting to think now, actually, we are getting to the point. We've done quite a lot of damage to him already. So I'm going to not super attack with Roshi or Whis here. Because I don't want to take Super Buu out before Vegeta actually transforms to Super Saiyan Blue. Because I do want to get that big nuking attack. Obviously the Kid Goku, very very good unit, not on a lot of categories outside of the Dragon Ball Saga related ones, or obviously like the youth category. So this category definitely a very interesting one to have him on. Actually I guess this works out pretty well as well. Kid Goku got the stun, so we could probably just stall here and avoid super attacks with everyone. And then that pretty much guarantees us the Super Saiyan Blue transformation rotation next turn. So obviously this category, there are a lot of units, a lot of different units I considered bringing. Obviously all of the Whis and the Beerus are on it, including LR, Beerus and Whis. And then of course you've got the youth Gohans, a lot of the teen Gohans, and Piccolo, who is of course technically his master from that particular part of Dragon Ball Z. Who else have we got on here? We got Vados is on here, as well as I guess Champa must be on here as well. Yep, Champa and Vados are on here. We can't avoid a super attack with Roshi. I guess Roshi, to be fair, once he's done, because he has that passive where he gets the one super hard attack with a guaranteed stun, and then after that he's not the biggest hard hitter in the game. So I guess technically for this Dokkan event he's not the ideal unit to bring on the team, but as I said at the start, I just kind of wanted to run with the theme of actually having the master and the student on the same team. So who else we got? We got like all of the future Trunkses are on here, of course. There's a bunch of Piccolos on here. Gowasu and Zamasu are on here, who are a very very good support unit. I don't actually have any copies of them, but they would be a very good support unit to run on the team as well. And then for the most part it seems like most of the Super Saiyan Blue Vegetas are on here as well. Another weird one is Super Saiyan 3 Trunks from the Heroes banner is on here, which I guess is technically because he is the future Trunks, because he has the blue jacket, so he's the one that comes back from the future. So technically he is the same one who is the student of future Gohan. But anyway, we got our full field of orbs here for Goku. So remember, he is getting 30% attack and defense per orb collected. And and we're going to get the Dokkan attack as well. So it's very much going to be GG at this point. I just want to see what attack stat we can actually get up to here, because that is a pretty ridiculous amount of nuking orbs. Plus we have Whis on the rotation, who is a 20% support unit on top as well. So 4.3 million. Now bear in mind, as we said at the start, these Goku's leader skills are only 120%. So yeah, breaking a 4 million attack stat on a 120 lead team is actually pretty ridiculous. Crit for 10 million damage. Okay, that's pretty good for double 120 leads. So yeah, there you go. That is the Master and Student Bond category, now able to be used on Global thanks to the awakening for physical Super Saiyan Blue Goku. And then, like I said, I don't even know which order I'll put these up in, but we will be checking out the Rivals category, which is the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta category. So I know a lot of people have had this unit for quite a long time. So, I mean, I think I ended up actually getting him to SA10 with all of his paths open, literally just from the amount of copies of him that I've pulled. And ever since Easy A's became a thing, it's always been a good idea to save pretty much any SSR that you get, because you never know when they're going to get an awakening or something in the future that turns them into a very useful unit. So there you go. That is the Master and Student Bond team on Global. Let me know what you think of the team down below and some of the rotations that you would think of running on this team. There are a lot of different builds that you could make for this team, so it's definitely an interesting one. And like I said, it's nice to be able to use random units like the Kid Goku, who doesn't fit onto a whole bunch of other teams. Yeah, so it's a lot of fun. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. You can follow me on Twitch or join my Discord. The link is in the description below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.